Thank you guys so much for showing up this morning. Today we're talking about connecting, and I'm very excited to dive into that. I have some um, surprise resources that I'm going to share with you that are part of the training that I just bought, which I think is going to be. No, I don't know if it's me. Can you guys hear me? Is it just Amy? Sarah can? Now you can? Okay, perfect.
Now I can.
Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and share my screen and we will get this party started. This, let me make this bigger. Okay. Oh, almost. Okay, so just a reminder, in our banner, if you look through our team photos, this will always be there. And in the text section of this are the links to all the information. So I think this is really helpful to remember when you're connecting with people. 9-week control freak's not going to be for everyone, even though that's like the program highlight of what's going on right now and what a lot of you may be doing. Still, there's $20 off 30-day breakaway and MBF. I personally am probably going to be connecting a lot of people with MBF here, inviting to my own 30-day challenge. So if you don't have something to invite to right now and you don't have clarity on what you're inviting to, let me encourage you to start a 30-day challenge starting February 1st. I think that will, oh gosh, I hope I did the right thing. It really helps give me clarity because there's so much going on, right? You could invite to the 9-week control freak, you could invite to your challenge group, whatever. There's so many things. If you don't have clarity, decide to do a 30-day challenge starting February 1st, because now January 20th is a perfect time to invite to something like that. Keep it very simple. And when you send your invites, it's very simple to say, hey, I'm starting a 30-day health and fitness challenge. You should totally do this with me. Would you like me to send you more information? And it's just a very simple way. People, I'm learning, and if we look around and we think about how we feel, people are overwhelmed right now. They have a lot of emotions and a lot of complicated headspace, even if they're on lockdown. And so sometimes when we overcomplicate what we have to offer, I'm learning that it overwhelms people and they're like, oh, I just can't right now. That's a lot right now. And I'm like, how is it a lot? I'm trying to communicate that it's simple. And so I'm just making my own approach to things a lot more simple. So I wanted to let you know that's what I'm doing in case that resonates with anyone and you need an idea as well. Everyone needs to be inviting to something. And I'll probably be restarting MBF for a bunch of people. Okay. Next, here's our agenda for today. We're going to do some shout outs to this week's Spotlight coaches. We're going to revisit our vision like we're doing at the beginning of every team call this year. And then we're going to go into our topic. And then I have a homework assignment and some gratitude minutes. So really quick, highlight our Spotlight coaches of the week. We have Brooke. Brooke, huge shout out to you. If you watch this recording, Brooke hit Success Club for the first time ever this month, and she will officially be an Emerald coach tomorrow, which I'm super excited for her about. Brooke is a full-time teacher, so this is a very exciting thing for her. We've got a ton of you on the SC board. Amazing, you guys. All of you only need 2 more people. That is nothing in the big scheme of things in these next 11 days that we have in the month. So I have no doubt that several of us will pull this off, myself included, that is not even on here yet. So I'm really, really proud of you guys. Our 500 volume club. So this is based off of personal volume, which is your personal orders or customer orders. All of these coaches in our downline have over 500 PV this week. So I'm very proud of you guys. This is recognition of, again, those customer orders. Most of these are all customer orders. So you're earning commission and you're growing your business. You're getting people started with things. And then coach enrollments. These are, so Brooke has sponsored 2 coaches. Celicia 1, Haley 1, Jessie 1. Jessie signed up her first coach as her husband this last week, which I'm really proud of you, Jessie. You only have 1 more to be Emerald. Travis signed up his first coach, which is a rock star, Susan Lawrence right here. Sarah, you signed up 1, great job. And Jamie, you signed up 1 coach so far this week. this month, I am so proud of you guys. Amazing job. Okay, so heading straight into our vision portion really quick, reminding everyone the number one reason people fail is broken focus. That's not just in our business, that's in their health journey, in their goals, in their life in general. So I want every single week for us to revisit our vision, our personal vision, and our team vision. As a reminder, a vision statement focuses on tomorrow and what an organization wants to ultimately become. The mission statement focuses on today and what we're doing to build that vision. So the vision is where we're ultimately going. The mission is how we're going to get there. So revisiting our team 2021 vision is to build towards a 15-star organization founded on life transformations with several team builder, leader, premier, and elite teams within our 15-star organization, and representing financial and fulfillment abundance in our team. So it's my heart, and I know it's your heart, to build teams that are founded in true life transformations and in true financial abundance, meaning that we are building financially solid businesses for our families, and we're teaching our coaches how to do the same. That's the vision. That's where we ultimately want to be. And how are we ultimately going to get there? Through influencing a transformation in people of mindset and body for each individual in our team towards leadership, growth, strength, confidence, tenacity, and vitality through the chaos of life, right? We know life is chaotic for all of us. We all are battling our own stuff right now. But in that, we want to learn how to influence transformation in ourselves and in other people, and show other people that if we can do it, they can do it. And when we do that, I had to ask myself, if we do that, if we influence transformation in mindset and physically for other people, and we help influence these characteristics of leadership, growth, strength, confidence, tenacity, like how to keep going, like endurance, and vitality, are we going to get here? And I truly believe that we will, all of us. And we're going to learn how to grow, not just my team, but our teams together. This is a team effort. So we're going to take a couple minutes here and revisit your vision. So remember, your vision is ultimately where you want to go. I would love for you guys to take a second, some minutes, and write down, what do you ultimately want your life to look like? Who do you ultimately want to become? This is in connection with our business as well. Our business is the vessel that helps us get there. Okay, so we're going to take just a couple minutes. I'm going to put on some music and go for it.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how a man can find himself alone? Calling to the darkness for an answer that he's never known. Yeah, isn't it amazing how God can take a broken man? Yeah, let him find a fortune, let him run it with his own two hands. And he climbs on up the hill, on a rock on which he stands. He looks back at the crowd, he looks down at his hands, and he says, I am a difference maker. Oh, I am a difference maker. Oh, I am only one that speaks to him. I am friendliest of friends of God. find himself alone. Falling to the darkness for an answer that he's never known. Yeah, isn't it amazing how God can take you?
All right, guys. Okay, I love doing this at the beginning to always make sure that we're connected with why we're doing the things that we're doing, why we're learning how to connect with people, why we're doing the hard things, why we're doing. It's so important to remember that we're showing up, we're choosing this vessel because where we wanted to go is so important to us that we're going to figure it out even when we don't know what we're doing. Even when something's not working, we're going to keep showing up and keep trying to keep figuring it out because our vision is so strong and it's so clear and it's so important. And I want to remind us all that if one other human has done it, it's possible for you. We just have to have the belief and have the fidelity of mindset that it's going to happen as long as we keep moving forward. And that is so important in this business, probably more than anything, more than any tactical thing that you learn. Okay, so let me pull up. My computer is like overheating. Not sure what's happening here. Share my screen again. Can you guys hear me okay still? Like the fan is loud. Yeah, okay. Okay, so back here to connecting. All right, so our topic today, where and how do we connect with more people? Step number one, the most important, drink your Energize and revisit your belief in what we do. To me, this is the most important thing. I never knew in the beginning when I started, when I was so excited about inviting people to do this, I had no idea anything about how to run a business or rank advancements or the compensation plan or strong leg, weak leg. I didn't know anything. I was just so excited about what I was doing personally, how I was feeling, and how it had worked for other people. I was in the beginning, in the middle of my first program, so I didn't even have a before and after yet. And it was that excitement and confidence that led me to connect with more people. And if we don't have this enthusiasm first and the belief first, I feel like the connection will be so forced and they'll feel that it's forced and it will be fake and it's going to be much harder. Last week, we talked about the attraction component, which I'm sorry I haven't uploaded that recording because it was in my car and I don't think that it actually uploaded because our power was out and I was on. And so when you're showing up consistently on social media or even in your life, it makes the connection portion so much easier because people are seeing you, so they believe you, like with what you're connecting with them about. Here's an example. I don't know if you guys get these, but like I get through my Instagram spam filter messages that say, hey, do you want to reach 10,000 followers quickly and get the swipe up feature? This just happened 20 minutes ago. And I go to the person's Instagram and they have like 50 followers. And I'm like, oh, so you're gonna teach me how to have 10,000 followers when you have 50 and like 4 posts. That seems weird. That seems spammy. And so when we go to connect with people, especially if it's in their health and wellness area, and we're not first showing up, we're going to maybe seem spammy. People aren't going to have the trust factor. If someone reached out to me with that same invite and they had 25,000 followers, then I might say, oh, like I see that you're showing up and you kind of know a little bit about what you're talking about. Even if you're brand new, it doesn't matter if you don't know anything. Like as long as you're showing up and you're being authentic in your journey, right? And you're sharing how it's helping you. So this is where I want us all maybe screenshot these questions because they're really helpful to revisit every day when you go to connect with people and to know off the top of your head, what is the problem that you're solving for people? This might be a little bit different for all of us because we might all be speaking to a little bit slightly different person and a slightly different problem per se. My background is different than Felicia's, is different than Sarah's, is different than Amy's. And that's a beautiful thing. Don't try to be like somebody else. What is the problem that you're solving for people? What's the transformation that you have to offer? I speak a lot to, if you have a super crazy busy life, I want to show you how to make sure that you're still taking care of your health, because when your health crashes, if you're someone with a crazy life, everything and everyone around you is going to crash too. And I need to teach you how to prioritize this so that you can still keep up, That's the transformation that I'm offering. Showing at least every 9 pictures on social before and after, and sharing a story. That is really helpful to connect with more people and get an audience and get people more interested in what you're doing. And then, do you see a need for the total solution and or coaching in our society? Ask yourself that question. Do you genuinely see a need for someone to purchase a challenge pack? I hope the answer is yes. And I want you to get clear on why. Why do you believe that what we're doing works and is so valuable to the people that you're going to connect with? For me, the mindset, getting in this mindset first, is everything in your connecting. Even though that you're probably not going to connect with them about health and fitness necessarily. You could connect with them about their kids. But first, know why you're connecting with these people. It's not just to waste a bunch of time. At the end of the day, you are on a mission to help as many people as possible live a healthy and fulfilling life. And this is part of it, is connecting with them. So that's step number 1. Okay, I have something for you. Reality check. And this is for not just new coaches. I think a lot of people struggle with this. Can you guys see my whole screen, or are the boxes interfering? You can? Okay. On my screen, the box, like your guys' faces block the text. So I want to make sure that that's not it for you. Okay, so if you knew the cure for cancer, if you knew it, you had it in your fingertips, all people needed to do was know and implement it, how selfish would it be for you to keep it to yourself, in your own home, in your own heart, in your own head, and not share with anyone because you were worried that people would make fun of you, feel annoyed, or not believe in you, or think you were spammy if you were to just go out and shout it from the mountaintops? I found the cure to cancer. This will save hundreds of thousands, if not millions of lives if you just do these things.
I'm happy to send you whatever I have if I know what it is.
If you knew about it and would you, like, how selfish would that be if I knew the cure to cancer, but I didn't tell anyone because I was worried? I was worried of the ridicule I might get, the people who would come against me, because surely if I came out with that, people would make YouTube videos about me and investigate me, and like there's risk with that, right? But wouldn't that be selfish of me? Obviously, this is like a hypothetical situation. Would you agree that that would be selfish if I kept it to myself, right? That'd be selfish. Okay. Look at this. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention reports that practicing a healthy lifestyle makes your risk of premature death from cancer 66% less likely. Being at a healthy weight, eating more plant-based, and exercise also has been proven to reduce heart disease, reduce stress, optimize your immune system, lower your chance of diabetes, increase your energy, give you a longer life expectancy, and it also makes a death from, so this is a continuation of this quote, practicing a healthy lifestyle also makes a death from cardiovascular disease 65% less likely, and death from other causes 57% less likely. This is from the CDC's website, literally right here. Here is the link. What makes these things? A healthy lifestyle. What do you do? Like, what are we here for? What are we showing up doing every single day? We're exercising. We're teaching people how to eat healthier. We're teaching them how to get results and have a healthy weight. Mindset shifts. The things that we teach goes beyond this study of just exercising, getting to a healthy weight, and eating more vegetables. You don't have to be a doctor or a nutritionist or a personal trainer or have any certifications to do what we as coaches do. You just have to be willing to share it. Technically, it's selfish of us to not get out there and connect with more people and show them the power of what we're doing. This is nothing special about me. This is nothing special necessarily even about you. This is, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, how much do I actually care about helping other people? And I know on our team, we have a huge-hearted team, right? And so when you are tempted to get in your head about all the things that we get in our head about, like, what am I supposed to say today? Did I follow up with that person too much? What is my invite supposed to look like? How do I find more people? There's just not, I just don't have anyone to invite. I just don't have anything to talk about. That's not true, actually. Because if we're hungry enough and we really connect with this power and this truth and this responsibility, to whom much is given, much is required, the world opens. We have millions of obese people in our country alone, right? We have so many people who are isolated right now, anxious, depressed, and even on the verge of suicide. They need us to show up and to reach out and to connect with them. This whole thing is about connecting. And I have yet to tell you how to do that. But it's because if you don't have the reason why, just like with everything, I could teach you how to make friends with someone, but that's going to be a waste of time if you don't understand why you're doing it and what the end result is. It's not to sell a challenge pack. It's to help people change their lives. My life has been changed by this. I know for most of you, if not all of you, your life has been positively impacted by this. So why could this not be the gate to someone else changing their life in a way that they never even thought possible? I don't know if you guys have gone on vacation or like lived with a family member for a short period of time or experienced the way that the average American lives right now, where they're eating crap food. They are glued in front of a television watching CNN or commercials all day and on their phone all day, super dehydrated, lots of sugar. Have any of you been in a place in the last year or so where you experienced that for a day or two or a week where you're like, man, I feel horrible? And realizing this is how everyone lives in our country and they all feel horrible and they have no idea they're doing it to themselves. I feel a responsibility to help show people a different way, especially in today's day and age, right? Okay, so, this is just another specification that how do you feel about what we do right now? The responsibility. Your connection should be fueled by an overflow of passion and belief in the power and opportunity of what we do to make people's lives better. Here's a couple ideas of where to connect with people. Grocery stores. I'm gonna share a video with you guys. Actually, we're gonna watch it. It's 10 minutes. We're gonna watch it together, and you're gonna friggin' love it. Grocery stores, coffee shops, realtors. Go take a picture of all the realtor signs and go reach out to all the realtors, because guess what? I know them. Well, I don't know all of them, but I know their type of industry right now. They are thriving on waking up with a ton of coffee, going to bed with a ton of wine because their brain is spinning out of control. They are overstressed. People are mean to them. They're constantly on the go. They don't have any time to eat, and they're on the verge of a crash. That's what happened to my mother for like 2 years. She's still recovering from that kind of lifestyle, and she did a lot to help take care of her health. But they have money and they have a need. Go reach out to every single one and tell them, hey, I work with realtors. I think I have something that could really radically make a positive impact in your life. If you're looking for it, I can put together a wellness package for you that's perfect for people that are on the go, have a lot of stress in their lives, need more energy, to help you sustain this level of success that you want to have. I'm just throwing this out there. What an opportunity. Other business owners, other entrepreneurs that have super stressed out right now, you can both things. Like, here's a side income with coaching. Also, I know you're stressed out and I know you need energy. You have to have energy because your whole family's income depends on your business. Let me help you. Let me help you be better in your business, right? This is about helping people be the gift that they were created to be to the world. different mom groups at the gym. If you go to the gym, so many people there need nutrition help and help with supplements. And gyms are shutting down, right? Your kids' friends' parents, put up flyers and brochures and business cards on all the cork boards in chiropractors' offices, coffee shops, all the community boards. Make flyers and go put them up about the services that you offer. There's so many ways that we could reach more people. We are just stuck in our heads. I don't know who to invite or what hashtag to follow. Think if your family's life depends on you being successful in this, and how many people need you, how are you going to reach those people? And be creative with it. How are you going to stand out? And then if you work a full-time job for 2 years, you guys know that I did that. And I reached out to everyone I worked with in prison. None of the inmates, but I reached out to everyone, all the officers, like they knew me by the end of that period of me working there as the Shakeology girl. Like, talk to Jessica if you want to lose weight or if you're looking to eat healthy. Okay. And then really quickly online, I'm going to show you guys this one, how to cold lead connection on social media. I've been plugged into Ray Higdon's Rank Makers community. I just started last week and I love his resources. It's $19.99 a month. This is not like a plug for him, but I really, really love how he teaches network marketing. So I'm going to show you that. And then apart from that, go reply to people's stories on Instagram. Just respond to what they do with emojis or ask them questions. Go make friends with people by being interested in them. This sounds so simple, and I know you guys know this, but we forget how simple this is. Go comment on other people's posts. Go comment on other people's comments that you agree with on both Facebook and Instagram. And then go follow followers of the local businesses or around you that you like, or accounts that you resonate with. So for me, I'm new here, right? And we absolutely love our church. So I went on to, we have a pretty big church. I went on to the Instagram page for Real Life Post Falls. And I am going through all the followers, and I follow them, all the women. I follow all the women, especially if like their profile picture is normal and not weird. I go and follow them, and they're following me back. And in turn, I've actually made 2 friends who I've met in person now. One of them might be helping me find a house. So you just never know, like that's a genuine connection that I want to make. I want to be friends with these people who are going to the same church I'm going to, right? For you, it might be a local salon that you go to and you love. Or it might be, especially if there's like a non-toxic salon, it might be like Felisa. You could do one of, I don't know if you want to, I'm just throwing this out there, but like Air Force veteran women, you know, and just go follow anyone who's an Air Force veteran who's also a woman, or it doesn't have to be, but that's, again, I'm just totally, you sign your esthetician, that's amazing. Things like for Sarah, like gardening, or if there's a specific nursery in your area that's popular, or that I found that organic like manicure and pedicure place in your area. I don't know if they have a social media account, but if they do, like that'd be a super awesome way to connect with people and say, hey, I'm thinking about going here. Have you been? What has your experience been? That is a connection. When you're interested in them and you're asking something about them. I was talking to Jamie, because she's going to take a trip up here in February. And I said, hey, go follow people in this area and who check in at different places, and then reach out to them and say, hey, I'm looking to move to the area. I was curious how long you've lived there and what you thought about it. That's a genuine connection. You're asking their opinion on something that they know about. How many connections could you make of areas that you are genuinely interested in that you're asking someone else's professional or life experience opinion on? It's just it opens up a whole new world of connecting with people. And you're not doing that because you're being like, I'm only doing this because secretly I want you to buy a challenge pack from me, right? I genuinely want to connect with people from my church. You know, like Jamie definitely wants to know what it's like to live here or moving. You know, find genuine things that you want to learn about and go find the people who do that well, make connections with them. You're going to build a reputation and a trust relationship with them. And then when you're doing the attraction piece and you're showing up consistently, then those people are going to come back around. They're going to watch your stories. When they watch your stories or like your posts, they get an invite from you. But by that time, you already have as established of some sort a connection with them, and they love that you're interested in them already, and so their reciprocity are going to be interested in what you do. There's a thing, and this is like a little bit different, called mirror neurons. I was teaching Logan about this before. Has anyone ever heard of mirror neurons? And it's like when you look at someone and they're smiling, it makes you smile. When they're sad, it like changes your face and you're concerned. Our brain has these neurons that when we see something, we repeat it. And it's kind of like, first of all, that's important on our social media feed, right? That's very important. If you look at your feed, you look at your stories, what are you making people feel? Do they genuinely feel your joy? Do they genuinely feel like, how do you want them? What's the response you want them to have when they are following you on social media? Be that, that's a side note. But it's kind of similar. If we want people to be interested in what we're doing, we need to be interested in what they're doing and what they're about, and asking them questions about their life. That's my personal opinion. And I think that it works. Okay, I want to share something. I'm going to share. Why is this not working? Stop share. Okay. Really quickly, I'm going to share a video with you guys if this will ever close. I'm technically not supposed to show this to you, but I thought it was so good and so powerful and so helpful that I'm going to anyways. But this is from the Rank Makers thing that I was talking to you about. So this video is about 10 minutes. And so when we're done with this, we're going to wrap up our call. But I thought it was super powerful. So resharing. Volume is up.
I forget my topic yesterday. I don't remember. But yesterday, someone asked, they're like, well, where do I find people to prospect on social media? And so I figured I would put together this topic here to help you out. And so today I'm talking about where to find humans to prospect. And it's interesting to me. It really is. It's interesting to me that in this day and age to be honest, that this question would be asked is because unlike any time in history, we are more connected to more people than ever before. 30 years ago, you didn't have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. You didn't have any of these things. And so I think maybe it's because you had limited options. I'm thinking that maybe that question wasn't asked as much, but if I understand the human psychology that is constantly overthinking, constantly delaying gratification and delaying winning and progress, it probably got asked back then too. I don't know, maybe some of y'all that were around 30 years ago can clue me in. Were people asking, where do I find people back then too? It's just interesting. So I'm going to preface this with a condition. And this condition is, it may not fit you, right? It may not fit you. So if you are hungry to achieve more in your life, and you care more about possibly impacting people than you do your self-image, then any of these things I'm about to share with you will work. If you are more concerned about how you look, your self-image, than you are possibly impacting other people, then none of these things will work. Not one of them. And I can tell you, there's nothing I'm going to share with you here today that I haven't used to some capacity. Okay? So here we go. If you were hungry, okay, and this is all where to find people to prospect. So if you were hungry, you could do what a friend of mine, Taylor Thompson, used to do, which is she would go to the grocery store, load her kids in a cart, push around the grocery cart, and prospect people in the grocery store. When she hit her numbers, she would go to the front of the store, remove the children, and leave the store having never bought anything. So that's one source. If you were hungry, you would do like my friend Rob out in Sacramento used to do. And that is, he was working 90 hours a week, had a few kids, and when he was in his company truck and had to fill up his gas tank, he would go to the busiest gas station to fill up, and he would prospect while pumping gas. Okay. If you were hungry, you would go to, you would find in your area either a car wash or a coffee shop or any place. There's sometimes diners have these things. You would find cork boards that had business cards on them, and you would go like I did. I went to the car wash around my corner, and I grabbed one of the business cards of everyone on the cork board, and I would just make calls, and I would just say, "Hey, I see you're in landscaping. I work with a lot of landscapers. Would you be open to take a look at what I'm doing to make some extra money that might help you out? If you're open, great. If not, no big deal." Okay. If you were hungry, you would do another tactic that I used to do, which is just call on realtor signs. Hey, I just saw your real estate for sale sign on US 41, and I work with a lot of realtors. I'm just curious, would you be open to taking a look at what it is that I'm doing to make some extra money? Wouldn't interfere with what you're currently doing. If you're open to it, great. If not, no big deal. Okay. If you were hungry, you would do what I did and what my wife did, and that is you would patrol the popular fan pages of different motivational gurus like Tony Robbins or Bob Proctor or any of those guys that you think everyone that follows those guys are in network marketing. Not the case, not true, right? But you would, but if you were hungry, you would patrol the motivational guru, Facebook pages or Instagram pages or whatever, and look at who makes smart comments. And you would click their profile, look at their profile, and send them a link. And someone the other day said, they said, "Do you mean you sent messages to random people?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I recruited hundreds of them. So did my wife. My wife built, at the age of 21, a $10,000 a month income, 100% from strangers on Facebook. They were all people that she had seen comment on a Tony Robbins page or a Bob Proctor page or a Kiyosaki page or any of these different things. Okay. Now, so these are all prefaced by if you are hungry and if you care more about impacting your family and making a difference in your family and making a difference in other people's lives and creating a legacy for yourself than you are about your self-image. Now, if you're more concerned about your self-image, none of these things will work. Because you'll say, well, what if they call me an idiot? I didn't care about that. I got that from time to time. Didn't care. Didn't matter. They didn't pay my bills. They didn't help me impact and reach more people. Why does that matter? All of this is if you are hungry and if you care more about making a positive impact on your family and families of others than you do about your self-image and how you look. How pretty am I? If you care about how pretty you are, then none of these things are going to work because you're going to overthink it. You're going to overthink it, okay? If you were hungry, you would go on Twitter like I used to and look at people that are commenting around keywords around what it is that you do. So if I'm in CBD, I'm looking for who's commented on CBD type stuff on Twitter. I recruited a former $1 million a year earner from Twitter that was arguing how bad my product was. But see, I was hungry. So if you were hungry, you would do that strategy too. If you were hungry, you would do what I did as well, and that is anywhere you travel, you would update TripAdvisor with where you traveled with reviews, and you would wear team shirts, and you would put in words that were intriguing and raised curiosity. And yes, I recruited people on TripAdvisor as well. If you were hungry, you would go and look at professionals in your area on LinkedIn, and you would locate people in your area that were financial planners, realtors. They don't have to be in your area, by the way, but you could go and look by occupation at different people that you want to choose to prospect. If you were hungry, you may even choose an occupation of the week. And you may say, you know what, this week I'm prospecting financial planners. This week I'm prospecting insurance people. This week I'm bada bing. Okay. Again, that's if you were hungry. If you were hungry, you would be doing, I want to stick to prospecting here, but if you were hungry, you would go to meetup.com and you look at what meetings are in your area, and you would start to attend some of these meetings to grab business cards of the people that you meet to follow up with them the next day, I should say. And so this is just a handful of the easy shit that is so easy to come up with. You should not, in this day and age, basically, I want to let you know that you show your cards, right? You know, if you're playing poker, you gotta hide your cards. If you say the words, where do I find people to prospect? You're showing your hand and you're saying, I'm not really that hungry. Because someone that was hungry has 1,000 different ways to prospect people, and they never run out. Does any of my ideas run out? Do eventually you hit a wall with comments on Facebook? Do eventually you hit a wall with every human in the grocery store? Eventually do you hit a wall with different, cork boards of business cards? Well, if there's only one in your town, then you may have to go 2 towns over. Now, if this isn't enough ideas, although I kind of think it is, if this isn't enough ideas and you're still like, I don't know, Ray, I don't know, man, okay? If this isn't enough ideas, you can go. Because I got asked this question so many times. So many baby bears have asked me this question over the last 10 years that I created a free audio. It's at rayhigdon.com. It's 29 sources of leads, and it's 29 different places that you can locate people to prospect. And so stop overthinking it. Stop wasting time just full of crap. You're literally full of crap. If you say, in this day and age, where do I find people to prospect? You're full of it. You're full of excuses. You're not full of impact. You're not full of caring about making a difference. You're not full of a bank account full of money. You're full of crap. And so you either care about making an impact and you're hungry, or you're not going to do any of this stuff. It's up to you. And so I hope that you make it happen. I hope that you do any of these strategies, because all of them could keep you busy. And notice I gave you both. I gave you some offline. For those of you who just don't get that prospecting, I don't know, right? For those of you that don't get that prospecting online, or don't want to send to strangers where I recruited hundreds of people, that's too complicated or too weird for you. Okay, don't do it. Don't worry about it. Just stick to offline. And my offline people who are terrified would rather be behind the keyboard than stick to the online. I gave you both. But if you need 29 more, rayhigdon.com, enter your name and email, and you get 29 sources of leads. So you should never, in this day and age, you should never run out of people to talk to. You should never run out of locations to prospect people on. Crazy. So you're either hungry and you care more about making an impact, or we're more accurately pointing out that you care more about your self-image than you care about anything else. There's a lot of people in here. There's a lot of people out there, and a lot of people in here, and a lot of people in network marketing that care way more. How do I look? How do I look today? Versus, let me possibly help someone out. Let me possibly help my brother out. Let me possibly help my sister out. Let me possibly help out people that I know, people that I don't know. And so I hope this helps you out. I hope it helps you out. Rock it out, my friends. Happy Friday. A few days left to get the 14-day challenge. Good luck in your contest today. I hope you win. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Was that so good or what? I really liked it.
Break makers.
Oh gosh,
What is
hold
up?
on.
What's happening? Happy.
Sorry. You just kept talking. I really like that. Was that helpful a little bit? Like for me, it was really helpful to be like, what am I doing? Like, I feel like sometimes we get so stuck in our own head of how we see other Beachbody coaches doing it, or how like with one way, but really this is where the lack versus abundance mindset is so important to really evaluate where our own headspace is at. Like, Am I afraid of not getting enough people? Or am I convinced that there is an abundance of people who need me right now? How am I reacting? How am I living? How am I talking? Am I afraid of what people are going to think, or am I committed to helping the people that need me to show up for them, you know? Okay, so honestly, I didn't want to make this complicated. It's because it doesn't need to be. So as far as like online, where do you find people? Very simple as far as following other accounts. And you could do the same with hashtags. I personally find more luck. I don't know if that's the right word. I have more results following accounts. I use hashtags. One of the tricks I don't know if this is a trick, that I use is I have like 3 different sets of 30. Is it 30? Is that the limit of hashtags you can use in an Instagram post? I feel like that's right. I could be wrong. Whatever it is. I have 3 different sets for different categories of posts. So if one, I'm talking about coaching, I have hashtags that speak to, if someone's searching the hashtag work from home jobs, then my post will come up. But they also identify with me as a mom of 3, family of 5, holistic health, things that I'm representative of. So I highly recommend you having at least a group of 30 hashtags that you save in the notes section on your phone that is representative of who you are. So maybe that's your team name. Maybe that is, single mom. Maybe that is stay at home mom of 7. Maybe that's fitness enthusiast. Like, find specific hashtags that identify to who you are, not Beachbody necessarily, but who you are. Although I will say I do bury Beachbody Coach in my hashtags because I've had people find me from that hashtag. So I don't personally think that that's a bad thing. And then use that in the comment section of every single post, and then go into the explore page and explore different topics that you're passionate about, and be concerned with other people and making friends with other people that have strengths in your weak areas that you want to strengthen. And it's really easy when you realize this is just about making friends with people, because how many of you want to support your friends' businesses? And when you make more friends and connections with people, people are going to want to support yours, especially when you're consistent with showing up and clear with what your mission is, what transformation you have to offer, what problem that you're solving. Does that make sense? That's really what it all kind of comes down to. Do you guys have any questions specifically about this topic or areas that you run into? You want help with? No.
No, it's just about doing the thing.
Totally, right? And I think that that's where it stops us too sometimes. Like, we're like, I know I got to do the thing, but instead I'm going to wash my dishes. Like, I hate the dishes, but for whatever reason, I don't do the thing. I love that. Thank you, Felisa. And this brings us to our homework that I want to, obviously I'm not your boss or your teacher, so no one has to do this, but if you're really committed to growth, I'm going to encourage you to today find 20 new people to connect with. This is not an invite. This is a connection. Find 20 new people. This could be so simple, even like while you're going pee. I see Katrina on here and that's what she uses, so I'm totally using it too. Send invites while you're going pee. Send connections when you're in a parking lot, or like when you park somewhere, send 2 connections to people. And it really adds up when you do this in the pockets. Try to do it first thing in the morning. How many of you like push all your work stuff till later and then you dread it? It's the same with our workout. Make connections with people first thing in the morning. You're going to feel so, what's the word? Accomplished first thing in the morning, and that motivation carries through the day. The momentum carries through the day. So I want you to find 20 new people to connect with from today, and either like write their names down, like their Instagram name or their Facebook name, write them down on a piece of paper or in your note section on your phone. Take a picture and post it. When I post this recording and the homework, post it in our team page in the comments or just in the thread. I don't care where you post it, but post it in there so that I can shout you out and congratulate you. And then I just want to end with, if everyone could share, whoever can talk, one thing that they're thankful for about coaching, then we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call on you. I will start. I'm thankful for the personal development that's required to be successful in coaching, because I feel like the mental strength, like getting brain abs, that's a thing apparently. Getting brain abs is really, it's life-changing. Like if you've experienced that yourself, like really building your courage and your strength to do things that are hard and to do things that are scary, and that leadership development of how to help other people do that themselves. We're in a really weird season, and the personal growth and the discipline to stay in a positive mindset and to stay in a positive headspace and to control what I can control and to learn how to flip things around on their belly when they look hard. It really is like so life-giving and so instrumental in building a strong positive legacy for my kids and everything. So I'm very thankful for that today. Sarah, what are you grateful for? One thing.
I'm thankful that it forces me, requires me to take care of my health.
That's good. So good. I agree.
I'm grateful that when I get in a funk, it brings me back to the land of the living.
Yeah.
My desire to make this, to be successful in this, is stronger than my battles with anxiety and depression and self-esteem issues. And so even when I get into days where, I mean, I don't mean days like a day, I mean like days in a row where I don't feel good in a multitude of ways. Being a coach is always there, and it's always present, and it always brings me back to my mission, my vision. And so I'm thankful for that, because honestly, I don't think, along with my workouts, but I don't think that if it wasn't for that, that 2020 would have been as good for me as it was.
Mhm.
I think it could have been a whole lot worse, because the first week of it sure the hell was. So, yeah.
I love that. Thanks for sharing.
I'll go.
Yeah. Oh,
The
hey.
freedom. I thank my lucky stars every single day that I am able to drop my boys at school, pick them up. Especially like now my husband we had a major wind event, power's out everywhere and on for God knows how long. And it's so just amazing. And I'm just beyond grateful that I don't have to worry about who has my kids while I go to work, or, who's going to have them or pick them up or do any of the things. And outside of the family, and the freedom that the business has, like my financial freedom, I'm no longer tied to a desk. For these calls I am, but other than that, I could do this while hiking if I needed to, so it is all 5 freedoms, you guys. My people freedom, I get to work with the best people on the planet. My financial freedom, it has given me my family leaps and bounds from my old job in income and people, place, income, all of it, right? Like the freedom is just why I represent the Freedom Squad, because I literally thank God every day for throwing this amazing opportunity on my lap, because I was the person that thought I could make my own protein shake and I could write my own workouts and I would never ever need anything remotely related to those color containers. But I didn't know about the community, right? Like I didn't realize that this was going to be the greatest support through all the peaks and valleys of life that I just didn't know I needed. till I had to walk that path. So beyond grateful for all the freedom it's given me.
So true. Thank you for sharing. I love that. Marissa, I'm not sure if you're able to talk where you're at, but if you want to share, I know you're new in this too. It looks like you're unmuted, but I can't hear you. Okay, it's not working. I see you're trying to unmute yourself, and I don't know why it's not working. So feel free to put something in the chat if you want to. I'm really excited for you guys to hear more of Marissa's story. She's a new coach on our team. She's done Beachbody for a while, but she has such a really, I talked with her this morning. I'm sure she wouldn't mind me sharing. She has such a powerful story and a passion for helping moms who have grown up in an abusive family. So her mom and her dad were both drug addicts, and okay, cool. And she is a mom now. I think her son's 1 still, right? And she works 12-hour night shifts, but she has a huge passion for helping people, helping moms who've gone through trauma learn how to navigate those triggers and not perpetuate that generational impacts that can have, that we've all seen happen, through generations. And it's just so powerful. Her motivator and the story that she's been through. So I'm very, very excited that she's with us and on our team. And thank you guys so much for being here. I'm very grateful for all of you. I will have this recording up as soon as possible, as well as the slides. And yeah, I think that's it. Go and conquer the world, my friends. Have a good day. Happy Inauguration Day. Okay, bye.